Hello, my name is Michelle Arneson Havenstrite, and I am going to be presenting the Iowa Teacher Leadership and Compensation Program. This presentation will cover the background of the program, it will discuss the goals of the program, and most importantly, the financial implications of the Iowa Teacher Leadership and Compensation Program for school districts across the state of Iowa. The Teacher Leadership and Compensation Program in Iowa began in the spring of 2013 when the Iowa General Assembly passed legislation mandating that the Department of Education begin to implement a statewide leadership program. Not only did they mandate the program be implemented, but additionally they provided quite a large sum of fiscal support for this program. The Teacher Leadership Program in Iowa at this time became the largest state reform. It is also known as the first of its kind across the country, not because we were the first state to implement teacher leadership, because we were not. We modeled our program after others found in Minnesota and Arizona, but we were the first state to fund teacher leadership programs statewide. Currently, 100% of our districts are participating, and that equates to over 10,000 teachers across the state. As I said earlier, not only did our legislatures mandate a statewide teacher leadership program be implemented, but additionally they supported it financially. As you can see on this slide, the first year they allocated $3.5 million, and that was just for districts to begin the planning process. For implementation, they allocated $50 million for the first 3 years, and then they allocated $150 million per year plus annual growth for the years beyond 2016. During the 2019 school year, this equates to approximately $362.50 per student, given to school districts to implement the Teacher Leadership Program. There are 5 goals of the Iowa Teacher Leadership Program. The first goal is to attract and retain promising teachers to the state of Iowa by offering them a competitive starting salary and to provide them mentoring and induction programs. The second goal is to retain the effective teachers that we do have by providing them some career opportunities. The third goal is to promote collaboration among and between teachers across our state and within our district. The fourth goal is to reward professional growth of effective teaching by providing career pathways and career opportunities for current teachers. These pathways come with increased leadership responsibilities and also, in most cases, with a stipend. And finally, the state of Iowa wanted to improve our student achievement by strengthening the instruction that our children receive every single day in their classrooms. While districts were not required to participate in the Teacher Leadership and Compensation Program, they were strongly encouraged, and there was a large sum of money that would be provided to districts should they. The Department of Ed tried to make it relatively simple for districts to participate. Each district needed to develop a plan and submit it to the department for approval. The Department of Ed provided 2 model plans that districts could simply adopt and implement. However, most districts chose to develop their own tailored plan that met their district needs. These tailored plans needed to include 5 basic components. 1, they needed to have assurances that the minimum base salary within the district was $33,500 for starting teachers. 2, they needed to address an improved entry system for young professionals entering the profession within their district. This, aka, is mentoring. The third component is they needed to provide differentiated, meaningful, and multiple leadership roles for current teachers in the district. And they put a requirement out that 25% of your current teaching staff should be afforded an opportunity to have a teacher leadership role. The fourth component that was required in your plans was that you needed to articulate and outline how you would select teacher leaders and how it would be a competitive selection process within your district. There was no hand-picking allowed. The final component that needed to be addressed in plans was the development of a professional development plan that aligned to the district's goals and needs. Once a district had an approved plan and they were awarded their teacher leadership funds, this did not mean they could use them as they wanted. The state had specified how TLC funds could be used, of course. First of all, the money needed to be used to raise that minimum base salary to $33,500. After that, teachers could be awarded supplemental salary supplements for being in a role of a teacher leader within the district. Teacher leadership funds could also be used to cover the cost of a replacement for a professional that moved into a teacher leadership role. So for example, we took one of our first grade teachers and she became an instructional coach for my building. We needed to replace her position in first grade, so we use our TLC funds to pay for that salary of the first grade teacher. Substitute costs could also come out of your TLC funds. These substitute costs may be incurred when our mentor teachers are working with beginning teachers. Professional development could also come out of your TLC funds, but this can only be used for teacher leaders. And finally, there is an area of other, and that includes any other extra expense, such as an administrator's expense to attend professional learning with a teacher leader team. Books, training costs, those are the types of things that could come out of the other. In closing, the Iowa Teacher Leadership and Compensation Program has had a positive impact on teachers and our education system in the state of Iowa. In a recently released TLC report, the program is achieving most of the goals that were articulated at the beginning of this presentation. We are seeing an 8% increase in student achievement across the state, and we've had extremely positive results on the recruitment and retention of teachers in Iowa. There are concerns that should funding disappear, so might the TLC program in the state of Iowa. But for now, it continues to get stronger with each year.